Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, we tell you about the Australian Football League. The AFL has been in great development in Pakistan and there's been a lot going on. If you talk about the events, the participation, ever since its inception, it has really grown into a sport now that is occupying a lot of ground in Pakistan and covering a lot of ground as well. So we'll talk about the team that is all set now for Vietnam. The tournament is going to take place from 6th till the 8th of December. 10 men and women's team are participating in each division. So we're going to be giving you all the latest of details regarding the tournament and talking to people who are representing Pakistan in this prestigious tournament as well. Then of course we move on and we will be discussing some more particular things. Bangladesh tour to Pakistan. Their batting is still underway. They've occupied some solid ground. Pakistan have had their share of luck as well. So there've been a couple of wickets, but so far I think it's been a batter's paradise in the Pindi Cricket Stadium. And I think we talked about the fact that as soon as the sun comes out and the wicket is baked more and more, it's really going to give the bowlers a run for their money, and that's what's happened as well. So we'll talk about that in detail. Then we move on to England's 2025 home season. They're set to host Zimbabwe. Their first against Zimbabwe since 2003. The one-off test will take place on the 22nd of May. They're going to host the West Indies between May and June, and they're set to host England as well and South Africa in September. So we're going to be talking all about that in detail and giving you the latest of updates regarding the test match as well. Obviously, if you want to watch all the action, it's live right now on PTV Sports, but obviously we'll give you all the latest of updates as well. So we'll start the show off with footy, and we're very honored to be joined by members who are representing AFL Pakistan. And of course, like I said, that the tournament that we're going to be talking about has already garnered a lot of interest, especially for the footing that we've gained in Pakistan. So we've got a very talented bunch that's going to be participating as well. And just recently, on the eve of Independence Day, they had a fantastic celebration there as well. Sports is always a great way to celebrate anything. So why not with a game of footy? So we'll talk about that in detail as well. First of all, joining us is the captain of AFL Pakistan, Mohammad Tala Yusuf. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Thank you very much for joining us. We've also been joined by someone who happens to be part and parcel of the game, and we're very honored to be joined by Nasir Saab as well. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam. Walaikum assalam. Ahmed, thank you very much for once again, I'll call it great support once again by you people. Thank you.
Sir, we're always there for you, and we've also been joined by Mr. Ahmed Arif Khan as well. Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much for joining us as well.
Thank you so much.
Now, I think let's talk about, first of all, the game itself. Since the last time you were here, Tala, there's been a lot going on. So just talk us through the developments that we've had, and just recently we had a celebration on Independence Day as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's been a lot ever since. I remember being here back in 2022, and you know, it was just before the Asian Championship, and we went on to win the Asian Championship back in 2022. So that was really good. Now we are here again in 2024, and just before the Asian Cup. So maybe this is a sign, you know, we're looking for another trophy. So yeah, that's a very good thing. As far as the development is concerned, I mean, Pakistan, you know, we've just been all over Asia right now. Pakistan has been doing really great. We were there. We were basically in Bangkok last year as well. We represented Pakistan twice. Last year it was in second division. The results were pretty good. This time, you know, I think we're one of the top favorites to win the Asian Cup. This one that's going to happen in Vietnam right now.
Well, certainly. I don't know why you say top favorite. I would just say just the favorite to win the cup. So that's the way our talent has been progressing in the past couple of years.
Definitely, and I mean, we've seen a lot, you know, not even from, I mean, we're talking about all the games, the things that have been happening in sports right now, they're really, really good. We're talking about kickboxing, you know, recently the stuff that we've seen in Olympics. So yeah, I mean, as far as footwork is concerned, you know, we've been putting in a lot of effort. You know, our organizers, you know, our management, the people behind the scenes, you know, they've been giving us tremendous support. AFL Asia and in fact AFL Australia, you know, they've taken the initiative to provide us with a lot of facilities. So yeah, the future is looking bright, and we're quite optimistic, you know, going into the Asian Cup in December in Vietnam.
Certainly. Nasir, we've talked about you know, the infrastructure development before as well. Obviously, because I've been part of this since its inception, so I've got a personal interest to follow these developments as well. What's the response right now as far as the community level is concerned? You're moving around Pakistan. I understand that a lot more people are joining in with each passing day and with each passing, I think, tournament that we talk about as well. But what's the general response? How has it changed in the past 1 year?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to answer the question, the question about the response. First of all, I'll give you the good news that we have been recognized by the government of Pakistan. Last time when we came in 2022, PTV World at that time, Ahmed, you and all, you guys were really supporting us. That thing helped us. The message, it reached there, and now we are a recognized body by the government of Pakistan through SECP, and plus we have got NOC also. The second good news is that for the very first time out of the whole Asia, AFL Pakistan is the only body, the sports body, that have got official grant from AFL Asia. So now things are like improving, and it's all because of the efforts those are being put by the media, because I said it earlier that Pakistan need a lot of sporting opportunities. Our population is now over and above 220 million, 22 crore say above we are moving now. So we need more sporting opportunities, and media is coming. And now at that time, 2022, we selected around 22 guys from 6 or 7 clubs, and now we are operating with 15 clubs. All of them are functional. 15 clubs of men and almost 6 clubs of female. So the response is, it is like more than we were not expecting this response. Even the response from the media, the response from some of the sponsors, it is improving, and we are pretty hopeful. And once again, we are thankful to Ahmed, you guys. Since day one, you are supporting us. The state television is supporting us, and inshallah, this AFL Asia Championship in Vietnam will make our country proud. Like in limited resources, you have recently seen what Arshad Nadeem did. He did wonder in limited circumstances. Trust me, these guys, they are supporting. Yes, we are supporting them. Our management, we are trying to support them, but they are supporting themselves. They are doing it at their own will, and they see future in it. They see future in it from commercial point of view, and from a point of view where they will get exposure to the international
as
world.
Career objectives as well. Yes,
yeah.
That's very important. I think that's the main part for any player. They look for, any sportsman looks for financial stability, financial viability as a career objective. Of course, they've got families there as well. And I always say that one sportsman, if he reaches that ultimate goal, it's a trickle down effect. So you're changing communities at that time as well. So I think that's why sports plays such an important and an integral part of our socio-economic uplift and social development as well. But Ahmed, from a player's perspective as well, I must ask you, I think it's very important that we talk about the fact that there is a lot of confidence for each and every player now, seeing all the results and everything that's going there as well. So when you talk about the perception that is changing, initially people started saying that this is a sport that they don't know about the future, it's very uncertain. I know that there were a couple of people that believed from the very start, including the President Siddharth Tariq, Chaudhry Zulfikar, the Secretary General was very optimistic, and I've seen all the groundwork happening. So there were a lot of people who were still optimistic, but I like the fact that now those players are enjoying the confidence that they believe that this is a great career path for them as well.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to mention, as Nasir Saab said, that just because of the coverage of media, first when I joined AFL in 2022, like there were limited players who used to come and play. But as we were playing along, I'm seeing people coming and playing like with their own will. Like this time when I was playing the Independence Cup on 14 August, I saw too many people were interested in this game. So just because of the hard work of our General Secretary Chaudhry Zulfikar and Sardar Tariq Mahmood, obviously they are putting in a lot of hard work. So everyone is taking interest, and with your support, with media support, it definitely gonna help. And now just because of this, like people are taking interest, our confidence are going more and more, like going very much high up. So for the Vietnam Cup also, we are totally like, me personally, I'm like 80%, 100% sure we are gonna, just go and win it over there, inshallah. So
I always say, I think a little bit of overconfidence is always necessary. It goes a long way. So let them believe 200% that they're inshallah going to win, because I always say the next time we want to see you is with the trophy as well. Right now, obviously, the skipper has been kind enough to bring a footy ball, but next time I want a trophy with it as well. Cap, let's talk about this perspective now. From just having a bunch of players running around in a field trying to learn the technicalities of the game, it's transcended to a position now where there is a lot of understanding between the Pakistan team right now, men and women. There's a lot more understanding about the laws, rules and regulations of the game, and that I think is a very, very integral part of this sport to grow in Pakistan.
Definitely. Back when we started back in 2018, we thought it was just another game where you just pick up the ball and you kick it. But after the introduction of our coach Michael Gallis, we started to learn the technique, basically. The technique to basically hit the ball. So I mean, the way we were playing it, back in the days, it was all wrong, and because of that, the whole structure of the game, the whole positioning of the game was getting affected. So I mean, with the addition of our head coach Michael Gallis, the techniques that we learned, the skills that we developed over time, I mean, looking at our current team right now, I mean, you'll be actually amazed, we kind of resemble the AFL Australian teams, clubs over there. The kicking has been, really, really good. We've actually worked a lot on that. And, the passing, especially the positioning, in a game, you have to basically understand how to position your team. And I mean, the kind of hard work that's been put in, individually and as a team, that's been really, really great, And apart from that, the resources that we've got now, back when we started, we didn't even have the proper footy ball to play with. And somehow, there were some people generous enough to provide us with the balls, which were basically manufactured in Pakistan, but they were not the same quality that you basically get from
international, yes,
international, right? So and look at us now. I mean, we've got plenty of balls, plenty of equipment to train with, and it all basically helps with getting the skills together and putting in a really, really great individuals together to form a really good team. So yeah, I mean, we're in a much better position right now.
Absolutely. Nasir Saab, it's very important for the people to be part of this as well. Obviously, each and every Pakistani would own this team. They want to be part of it as well. So obviously, we do have camps across Pakistan. We are on a talent scout basis as well. Like you mentioned, I think the most phenomenal part is that we've got equal representation from our women's side as well. So I think the environment we've provided is a very enabling and secure one, and that's why a lot of parents are going to believe in this sport as well.
Yeah, exactly. Before we were applying for this recognition, proper recognition, and to be eligible to get that grant, there was a point in it that children and like the female security, what steps have you taken? And that was to be like you said, that you have to give them the details of what you are doing in this regard and in regard of harassment and safety and everything. So we have covered that part. Yes, you are right. And now the perception about like playing of females and females coming into the grounds, things I have seen a very dramatic shift, because the girls, when they went back in 2023 and they play there and they performed, Tala is sitting here, but I would like to say that their performance was a little better
than the boys.
from the boys.
Yes.
And it was not because the boys in 2022 we shocked them. They were not prepared for that, and in 2023 they knew that they are going to be coming back well prepared, so they were more prepared than us. And one of the factor was the absence of Michael Gallis. Michael Gallis did not join due to his new assignment in Australia, and he could not join us in 2023. But inshallah, I make a commitment and I make a promise that whenever he is in Pakistan. We'll bring him back on PTV.
Well, last time he was here, he almost became so emotional that he started crying.
Yeah.
So I still remember that I had to give him a pat on the back, but a lovely character.
Yeah.
I mean, he had so much self-belief in us that, you know, sometimes I had doubts that maybe we don't believe in ourselves, but Michael was believing in us even more.
Yeah. So from this platform, you have been inviting us. I would like to request you to ask your heads that now this AFL Pakistan, it is a recognized body. So I would ask PTV to give us a proper coverage for this upcoming AFL Asia Vietnam Cup. This will boost the morale, and this will give a hope to all of those sponsors who want to go global, who want to go international. And especially, once again, Ahmed, through this program of yours, it is being seen everywhere. Because whenever I come on this program, I get calls from my friends in UK and abroad that you are on television.
Nasir Saab's got a secondary career option as well now, so you know he's already a television personality. But I think coming towards the close of the segment, Ahmed, from your word of mouth, I want you to just give a message out there to the community. There must be so many players who could be the next future prospects for AFL Pakistan. What's your message out to them?
First of all, I would just like to say the message would be for the parents, because nowadays most of the parents does not allow their children to go on the field and play. They, you know, we are going towards the technology, phone and everything. Like, to be very honest, you know, nobody is coming onto the field. I don't know why, but parents need to take a huge step in this.
Absolutely.
And children, obviously, they need to feel free to come, because in our field there's like everyone is welcomed extremely. They should come and play. There's no, you know, no criteria for it. Our coaches, especially our coaches who are hired for this, they teach us to very, you know, very goodly and everything.
Certainly,
So
certainly. I would agree. Nasir Saab, you'd like to add something?
Yeah, I would just like to add one thing to this, very important. And I'll just ask the parents that if you want to see the importance of the sports, see the worth of Arshad Nadeem before he threw the javelin,
yeah,
and now see his worth when he hit 92.4.
Yes, sir.
So this is अपने बच्चों को grounds में भेजें, उनके sports पे invest in them.
Yes, sir.
Bring them to grounds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always tell people it's the 4th largest industry in the world. So, you know, and you know, it's come to a time where our parents had to drag us in, and now new parents have to drag their kids out. So that's the paradigm difference. But Ahmed, Tara and Nasir Saab, thank you very much. First of all, I would just like to say all the best for the Vietnam tournament as well. And you're already national heroes. So I'm sure that there is so much good to come from AFL Pakistan, inshallah. And as far as we are concerned, we're already part and parcel, always have been. Since day one, we've been part and parcel of AFL. The very first time it went to Australia, and we, you know, told the world that Pakistan has got talent. And then, you know, a couple of people in the initial team decided that AFL is going to come to Pakistan. I still remember, and it gives me some great nostalgic memories as well. But that being said, that wraps up our segment. All the best to AFL Pakistan, and hopefully the next time we meet with that winner's trophy, inshallah. We go towards a short break. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
thank you.
Islamabad Capital Territory, a modern planned city that is well maintained and well organized. Islamabad is Pakistan's clean, calm, and green capital. Founded in the 1960s, it attracts people from all over Pakistan. Located on the Potohar Plateau in the northeastern part of the country, between Rawalpindi district and the Margla Hills National Park to the north. Faisal Mosque, the largest mosque in South Asia, Margla Hills National Park, Dominico, Pakistan Monument, Raval Lake, Simli Lake, and Fatima Jinnah Park are among the tourist attractions in the territory. It is ranked as the second most beautiful capital city in the world.
Kashmiris are the worst victims of Indian state terrorism for demanding their right to self-determination. Modi regime has intensified its state terrorism since revocation of Kashmir's special status in August 2019. Indian troops have martyred more than 96,000 Kashmiris during past 35 years. Indian troops are violating the human rights of Kashmiris with impunity. International community must hold India accountable for its war crimes in occupied Jammu and Kashmir.
We are proud Pakistanis.
We are the healers and bring hope to those in need. We are the builders.
We are the engineers who create the infrastructure of our country.
We are the artists who bring joy and beauty to your faces.
We are the dreamers and the doers.
We are the champions, the athletes who bring glory and pride to our nation.
And we are the storytellers.
The journalists that bring you stories and news that matter.
Meet the team that brings you the latest news from all over the world.
Join us as we continue to write our story.
And every day, we strive to make Pakistan stronger, brighter, and more prosperous.
We are BTV World.
Our cricket segment, joining us first of all is cricket commentator, international broadcaster, presenter and our sports expert, the witty character that he is, K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum Assalam, and thank you very much for using these nice words for me.
As soon as I use them, you become the most serious character I've ever seen on television. And also joining us is first-class cricketer and our sports expert, particularly cricket is what we're talking, Kashif Majid. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed, perfectly all right.
Right, so Kashif, day 3 has been a mix and match, but you know, the fear that we had that Pakistani bowlers would be going through longer spells and running out of options. They have taken 5 wickets, but you know, Bangladesh have enjoyed the conditions very well.
I guess for me, it's still 60-40 in the favor of Bangladesh. I'm not thinking that Pakistani fast bowlers will wrap up their innings of Bangladesh under 100 runs or under 200 runs. It's not that kind of a wicket. I still thinking that the 4th and the 5th day provided those the sun out there. The moment pitch got hardened up, the grass will came into effect, and most probably the 4th and the 5th day will be difficult for the batters, but simultaneously we have to think and we have to look after our bowlers too, because it's quite humid out there. Bowling longer spells or bowling throughout the entire day's play, it's just not easy, and they've been doing a wonderful job. It's still not out of hand for the Pakistan, but yes, Bangladesh is fighting good.
Asif, the wicket has really supported the batters. I mean, it has come to a point where the initial overs were tricky to go with, and I did see some variable bounce because a couple of deliveries Mohammad Rizwan had to use his knee guards to stop them, obviously, but they really went below than what you were expecting, but some of them carried pretty well. So it's been a hard day of work for bowlers particularly, but I think the batters have really enjoyed those conditions.
Well, of course, that Pakistani batters were enjoying first 2 days, and now it's turned to for the Bangladeshi batters that they played good cricket. I'll talk about the Shadman's innings. If you see his batting, to be honest, that what a player he is. He was playing with full confidence, and he just waited for the loose deliveries. Credit goes to Khurram, the way he to Muhammad Ali, the way he has taken his wicket on 93. That was there was a slight gap between bad and bad, bowling round the stumps, creating an angle. I was so happy that the way he was playing, and you know that if you see his first class record, he played around 80 first class games and scored 1300s. So when we go through with the track records of these Bangladeshi players, Liton Das and their skipper, everyone had tremendous record in first class cricket. Now come to some senior players. Mushfiqur Rahim still on the pitch. He is supporting the other guys, and Liton Das is playing so nicely. If last over, which is going on right now, if you see the Naseem Shah is struggling, even which you had said in your intro that the pitch is getting better for the batters, as we were expecting something extraordinary for the fast bowlers, and that's why we went with four fast bowlers, but we didn't find anything. The reason, one thing, that is pace. Let's talk about Shaheen Shah Afridi. You're bowling with 130, 135 and Yorkers. This is not T20. And I didn't see any sort of over-pitch deliveries with the consistency that he's been bowling for 3-4 overs, maybe then going for, you know, a slower one or a change in the in the pace. So Shaheen Shah Afridi is a big concern for Pakistan, you know, because he, as we say, that he's our prime fast bowler. And then Khurram Shehzad bowled really nicely, you know, sometimes round the stumps, over the
great
stumps.
example for the youngsters to bowl in one channel.
One channel, that's it.
Channel.
This is all about, you know, test cricket.
And the setup.
And
setup,
and then make a trap for a batter. And of course, you know that whenever you do a slight mistake, it's test cricket. You won't get a chance. And then Shan Masood, you know, I was in stadium. I was looking each and everything that he's doing good captaincy. But one thing that you said that are we missing any spinner? For me, right now, I'll go with Kashif Majid. No, we have 2 days and we'll see something better from Pakistani fast bowlers tomorrow.
Absolutely. But I think the key over here is that now bowlers need to understand this. Kashif, you're the best one to comment on this with your experience, that you have to set the batsman up. Modern day cricket, no matter how much it moves, and that's what Khurram did very well, that he, you know, set the batsman up. So you have to every now and then make those traps, get the batter comfortable, and then, you know, bring in that odd delivery. So that's where skill level really matters, you know, for particularly someone like Shaheen, that, you know, that delivery that comes back into the right hander won't just frequently be there. You've got to develop more skill than that.
I guess first of all, Ahmed, I want to congratulate myself that at the end of the day, K. Asif and me are on the same page. So this is the new beginning, the start of a new era,
or a new end,
and most probably that's all, folks.
Yes.
So talking about bowling in the channel, you know, when we talk about a quality 4-day cricketer, this is where the speciality lies. You know, bowling channels, setting the batsman up, not giving away the freebies, consistency level as if you are playing with the mind of the batsman. This is where Muhammad Ali and Khurram is so special. Ali, I still believe that he was unlucky because he really bowled some good deliveries, and so does Khurram Shehzad. I still think Naseem Shah was there up to the mark, but with Shaheen Shah Afridi, we have to find out the role of Shaheen Shah Afridi. When we go about our business of bowling 4 fast bowlers in a test match, we have to divide the roles among themselves, provided that Shaheen is someone who can pitch the ball up and ask the batsman to go for the drive. We have to consider him that he'll be bowling those deliveries up and above, with those swinging deliveries coming into the batsman, right-handed batsman, or going away with the angle. And this is it. We don't want Shaheen Afridi to come up with those short pitch deliveries or something like that. Second important thing, we have to bowl, when we're talking about bowling into a certain channel, we have to give him that feel. You know, if I want, for me, Liton Das is a stroke player. He won't be there to just hang around, you know, left those deliveries and let it go to the keeper. He'll be going for his drives, he'll be going for his cut shot. Let's find out a way that will be placing 7 fielders on the offside and asking them each and every delivery to go for a drive, and he'll be tempted to go for those drives. So this is where playing with the minds of the batsman, and same is the case with the Mushfiqur Rahim. we know for this for a fact that these modern day cricketers, they haven't got that much of temperament with them to stop their strokes or not to opt to play those strokes for the longer time or longer version of time. So they'll be playing these strokes. So as a bowler, just
they're a bit fatigued by now. You can see that as well. But these last 10-15 minutes, Asif, constitute for a very important phase in the game right now for both the teams.
Well, you can take an important wicket there and put all pressure on the Bangladeshi batters. Mushfiqur Rahim, see, he's a very seasoned player.
Textbook cricketer.
Textbook cricketer, more than 5,000 test runs and then, 10 centuries in test career. And of course, the most senior most player in Bangladesh side. He's playing so nicely. Khurram Shehzad tried to get his wicket. He bowled really nicely, pitching up, which Kashif was mentioning earlier, that it's okay that Shaheen Shah Afridi, the role of Shaheen Shah Afridi should be defined, that it's not T20 cricket that you would have to bowl 2 overs and you would have to take 2 wickets in first or 2 overs because you could swing new ball. It's
just a question I'd like you to answer before we move to the close. That can we come to a strategy now that not just format-wise, but even in one particular format, prioritize fast bowlers for certain conditions? I mean, right now here you need bowlers like Khurram and also Mohammad Ali who can bowl those longer spells, test the batter. Someone more can join in. Mir Hamza, I think, would have been a terrific inclusion instead of Shaheen. Whenever you're traveling to conditions where the ball might nip around, then Shaheen could probably be an option.
Well, I think then why you have given him a contract for red ball. If you think that he's okay for the white ball cricket, then please consider him for the white ball. And if you've given him a contract for the red ball cricket, then you'd have to perform in either conditions. Ahmed, I don't go with your idea.
No, but if there were 2 of them, who would have you wanted to play?
Of course, I'll go with Mir Hamza. Because why? Yes. Why? Because he is playing domestic cricket for a long time and he's performing there. I watched him during tea break, lunch break. He was there. He was doing some drills, practice session with the coaches. So I think that you should have given him chance instead of Shaheen Shah Afridi. Because 130, 135 with no swing, I think won't work here.
Well, certainly. Well, let's take a look at a report that we've got. Interesting things have been happening in the course of days that have preceded. 3 days of play now. Thankfully, we had a whole day once again. So let's take a look at a report and then we continue.
Saud Shakil is a Pakistani international cricketer who is the current vice-captain of the Pakistani cricket team in Test cricket. Pakistani cricketer Saud Shakil has revealed his selfless approach towards the game and his unwavering commitment to contributing towards Pakistan's victories. Shakil's batting average witnessed a huge boost after a fine century against Bangladesh at Rawalpindi.
Pitched up and given the treatment.
Saud Shakil very good against spin. Starts.
Nice looking shot. Sweep. And he goes again. This time it's behind square. It's great placement. Excellent placement. The man was moved a little squarer.
Spits well. Hasn't been able to finish off well. And he gets there, Saud Shakil. What an innings from him. 3rd Test match 100. First at Rawalpindi
and becoming the 2nd highest among current Test batters. In the first inning, Shakil smashed 141 in 261 balls. Saud Shakil achieved a significant milestone on the first day of the opening Test against Bangladesh in Rawalpindi by becoming the joint fastest Pakistani batter to reach 1,000 runs in a Test cricket. Mohammad Rizwan and Saud Shakil's brilliant centuries headlines Pakistan's commanding performance on the 2nd day of the Test against Bangladesh at Rawalpindi. Rizwan with career best 171 and Shakil with a solid 141 put Pakistan in a dominant position, amassing a 240 run partnership for the 5th wicket.
Cements place as #1 wicketkeeper batter in Test match cricket for Pakistan. Ball was offering something.
There you have it, all you need to know about Saud Shakil and his heroics in this report by Malika. Of course, he's been brilliant. I mean, really, if you talk about not just Test cricket, I will take this argument again and again that Saud Shakeel deserves a regular spot in Pakistan's one-day internationals. A guy who's technically solid is going to provide you with runs in any format. So I think a lot of things are going to happen in the near future. So we'll of course, and I think a batter like him in the middle order can make a huge difference for Pakistan in the Champions Trophy as well. But that being said, Kashif, I'll take your final comments. What's the plan now for Pakistan, considering they're just on the verge of close and then tomorrow they've got a very important session?
I think we are just 1 wicket away towards tail, and most probably they can wrap up the tail quite early and quite quickly. So most probably channel bowling with the field set, and most I said yesterday as well that we wanted an umbrella like field because the ball is not carrying towards the gully or the slip cordon. So most probably the drives and those miscue drives can be the option of getting the wicket. So yes, wicket to wicket and the drives. There is nothing there for the fast bowler when they pitch the ball short.
Certainly they are. But K. Asif and Kashif, thank you very much for joining us. Action has been live courtesy of PTV Sports HD, and you can obviously watch all the action there. Of course, our discussions would be continuing, but the fact is that the last 2 days are going to be very important. And for all you cricket enthusiasts, the Pakistan Cricket Board has also announced that Day 4 and Day 5 entry to the stadium is now free of cost. So all of you who want to enjoy the weekend with some quality Test cricket, Pindi Stadium is the place to be. And obviously 4 and 5 days is always very exciting when you talk about the level of play that is being played strategically as well. That being said, that wraps up the program. For me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.